Hi, folks. Sorry, too westernized. Hi, friends. We were supposed to call this show the election that isn't, but now, due to some new developments beyond our control, we have to change it to the hijab that isn't. Recalling it the election that isn't. Let's start with Russian news. MK Stalin, it's India, this name is similar. MK Stalin blames AIA DMK for the problems with the NEET tests, or NEET, or untidy, or whatever the hell it is, to admit students to undergraduate programs in medicine, in the state, of course. Now, this is an old politics trick. You blame the last government. So, Stalin blames Amma. Trump blamed Obama. Imran Khan blames... Oh, there was no government before, so that didn't work. I apologize for that horrible joke. It didn't work. I should have thought it through. The government pre-university college for girls in Udupi last week banned students from wearing the hijab, as you know. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't stand to look at the young and the healthy. Just that irritates me. So I feel the hijab should be allowed, and moreover, Indian men should be encouraged to cover up as well. Anything under 25, just put a towel over them. I can't stand to look at them. Russia has rubbished a Russian media report calling Kashmir as another Palestine in the making, and it has described it as a bilateral matter between India and Pakistan. As in, it is only India and Pakistan's business. India continues with her stance that Kashmir is not Pakistan's business. Countries are so different. Stands to reason that Russia would expose the bilateral theory. After all, Russia-Ukraine disputes are also subject to a bilateral approach. In that case, in fact, Russia and whoever they want to annex next would be subject to the bilateral theory. It's Russia's bloody business, yaar, and whatever was that country, not to do with you. On the passing of legendary singer Lata Mangeshkar, President Ramnath Kovind said, Lata Mangeshkar was an artist born once in centuries. I don't want to seem critical, but unless you believe in reincarnation, then we're all just born once in centuries. It's science. Ek bar, and then, science clearly says that you don't, but I don't know, whatever. Rishi Sunak, that's right, my classmate. No. Rishi Sunak is UK's Indian origin Chancellor of the Exchequer, and he admitted that he did go for Boris Johnson's birthday party held in 2020 amidst COVID restrictions for the rest of the public. He said though he attended the party, in his defense, he had a mask on. Then we found out it was a fancy dress party. Everybody had masks on, dressed up and stuff, so, whatever. On the eve of her 70th anniversary of her accession to the throne, Queen Elizabeth II paved the way for Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, to be called the Queen Consort. Now, apparently, the Queen was bored of Camilla's old title. What is that? Horseface. From me. English comics do this. I would never, this international dispute here, I would never take that liberty. Who am I? Who am I to make fun? Taking cognizance of the improving COVID situation, the Election Commission has allowed poll rallies, but with some caps. To which Akhilesh said, make sure sare caps are lal topis. Lots more coming up, but first the headlines. UP first phase of polling done. Mamata supports Akhilesh. And Valentine's Day to be celebrated free and fairly. Guys, before we start with the top story, I was not going to do the show today. I was very busy. I was the chief guest at a college in Bengaluru. But as you know, it's all closed at the moment, so, came back, shows for you. Just want to say one thing about the hijab issue. If you don't want me to wear the hijab, that's fine. But then why do I have to wear the mask? What's the difference? I don't want to wear the mask. You take off my hijab, you take off my mask. It's the same thing. Top story. Okay, it's election time in UP. For those of you who don't know, UP is a state in somewhere above Maharashtra. I'm not sure exactly. It's a total of 403 assembly constituencies in UP that go to the polls this week in the first phase of the UP state assembly elections. We were very excited about it, and the hijab controversy happened. And then IPL auctions, and so we are not so excited as we were before. So bear that in mind. In this tough fight for the first phase are 58 candidates each from the BJP, the BSP, the SP and the RLD. They all sound like car numbers. Congress and other parties, including independents, are also in the fray. And joining us now is candidate from the Junagadh constituency, Bablu Singh Yadav. And he's a beautiful man. Bablu Singh Yadav.
मत बुलाओ हमें बबलू सिंह यादव तिरस्कार हुआ है हमारे नाम का
It is not Tiraskar, it is Siriskar. That's what I'm called in Maharashtra. But why? What happened?
अरे हम वो कुत्ते हैं जो ना घर के रहे ना घाट के हमें किसी भी पार्टी ने टिकट नहीं दिया है धिक्कार है हमारे नाम पे, धिक्कार है बबलू सिंह यादव, तुम्हारे नाम पे धिक्कार है।
ऐसे मैं वो कुत्ता हूँ जो घर पे बैठ के काम नहीं करता. आई एम वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम यू. बट व्हाट्स दैट गोइंग टू डू विद योर नेम बबलू सिंह यादव?
बबलू सिंह यादव क्या होता है? क्या होता है बबलू सिंह यादव? BSY, ये क्या नाम है? BSY क्या मतलब होता है इसका? अगर हमारा नाम बबलू सिंह प्रसाद होता तो BSP का टिकट हमें मिलता. बबलू सिंह प्रसाद, BSP.
Can I just request you not to ask me so many questions? Well, I'm supposed to ask you questions. I'm forgetting my train of thought. Anyway, I don't think that's a criteria. I'll be honest.
अगर हमारा नाम बबलू जयप्रकाश होता तो बीजेपी हमें सीट देती. बबलू जयप्रकाश, BJP.
बबलू जयप्रकाश नाम तो सुना है. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that.
हमने समाजवादी पार्टी से भी टिकट मांगी थी, लेकिन लगता है उन्हें भी बबलू सिंह यादव नाम अच्छा ही नहीं लगा.
This is not making sense. Why would the SP not like this name?
क्योंकि आजकल उनको सिर्फ बैनर्जी, चैटर्जी ये नाम अच्छे लगते हैं. अब मैं अपना नाम बैनर्जी सिंह यादव तो नहीं रख सकता.
Okay, what about O'Brien Singh Yadav? No. And Congress? Did you try the Congress?
कांग्रेस को हमारे नाम से कोई आपत्ति नहीं थी, लेकिन कांग्रेस का खुद का कोई नामो निशान है? आप बताओ. है
Point to note that apathy and apathy, English, Hindi, two different meanings. But as I was saying, I don't think that your name can be a criteria. I think you're just making fun of all this. Do you have any qualifications to be a candidate in the UP election? Seriously?
क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? हमारे जितना क्वालिफिकेशन और किसी के पास नहीं है.
What do you mean? Like what? What great qualifications? Have you stood for elections before?
नहीं, लेकिन हम 10 साल से पूरा प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे.
10 साल से? What kind of preparations?
हम वही प्रिपरेशन कर रहे थे जो हमारे सभी बड़े बड़े स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों ने किए थे.
What preparations could that be?
अरे 10 साल से हम जेल में थे. जेल में.
Jail में?
हाँ, 3 मर्डर, 5-6 हाफ मर्डर, 7-8 एक्सटॉर्शन, 10-12 दंगों के केस और एक नो पार्किंग भी है. और क्या क्वालिफिकेशन चाहिए?
When you said no parking, you had me. You absolutely had me. Now we are together, brother. We are together. So these are no qualifications. This is back to the script. Have you worked amongst the people? Have you at all in your life worked in the grassroots with the Aam Aadmi, the normal people?
ग्रासरूट मतलब ग्रासरूट
मतलब have you worked on the ground in UP? जमीन पे, नीचे, road.
भैया ये यूपी है. ऑन द ग्राउंड छोड़ दीजिए, हम तो 5 साल के लिए अंडरग्राउंड भी थे.
This is a very strange conversation. I'm wondering one of us is heavily medicated and one isn't. What other qualification do you have, sir?
और बहुत सारे क्वालिफिकेशन है. हम MA LLB है.
I'm just going to say it because I know it doesn't make sense. Master of Arts?
MA मास्टर ऑफ अपहरण.
Please explain to us then LLB.
LLB लोकल लफड़ाबाजी.
I was expecting that, or
वैसे हमारा बहुत बड़ा CA का फर्म भी है.
which is obviously not chartered accountancy firm.
अरे नहीं यार, CA करप्शन एजेंसी.
Well done, sir. Well done. I'll salute you, but not now because we have to finish this little skit.
ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. हमारे पास IIM की भी डिग्री है.
IIM, which is obviously not Indian Institute of Management.
नहीं यार, IIM Indian Institute of Murder. हटा.
Murder. Okay. I can see that you are highly qualified. Highly overqualified, in fact.
फिर भी हमें सीट नहीं मिल रही है, इसीलिए हम आंदोलन करने वाले हैं.
But what Andolan?
हम जैसे कैंडिडेट जिन्हें सीट नहीं मिली है उनके लिए रिजर्वेशन चाहिए. रिजर्वेशन.
Reservation. In which category, sir, exactly would it be?
OBC कैटेगरी.
OBC, other backward caste.
नो, अदर बैकवर्ड कैंडिडेट्स. OBC. ये खड़ा था क्या? ये किस पार्टी से? अच्छा, ये निर्दलीय है. मारो इसे.
Look, calling me names? You are backward. You yourself are backward. Mummy daddy pe mat jana. Don't blame them. We are what we are. Genetic potential is all that they give you. Then it's up to you and the government to help you, which will happen one day. All right, let's move on. Let's go and talk about the Bengal CM and the TMC boss, Mamata Banerjee, because she turned up in Lucknow apparently to support Akhilesh Yadav, also because she has some property she had to sell. No. Just to support Akhilesh Yadav and the Samajwadi party in the UP election. To find out what she was doing in Lucknow, joining us from Lucknow is a alleged spokesperson for Mamata Banerjee. And this is an amazing person.
उड़ी बाबा, कैसा है तुम साइरस बाबू? बहुत दिन के बाद मिला है.
Well, I was going to introduce you by name, but unfortunately there's no name on the script. So I'm going to go with Sir. Sir, good to see you.
Good to see you also. Ask. What you want to know? क्या पूछना है?
Well, I wanted to ask you first and foremost, where in Bengal are you from? But I see that that's possibly going to get a non-authentic answer. What was Mamata Banerjee doing in Lucknow?
Uri Baba, he was here to support her.
Those of you who are late to our show, generally when you do Bengal politics of any kind, the male-female gender gets mixed up. So who was where to support who?
Uri Baba, Mamata was here to support her, the Akhilesh.
Okay, and how come Akhilesh called Mamata for help?
You see, Akhilesh called saying, emergency, please rush.
So Mamata came running to UP.
Yes, it is very simple. See, rush runs in the veins of all Bengali. You hear the word rush and very sweet something happens, you see.
Okay, you obviously mean Rosh as in Roshgulas.
Is there any other kind of rush?
The Russians go to Goa. But TMC is not contesting from any seat in UP.
Why we have to contest? हम सिर्फ मोरल सपोर्ट करता है तुम लांबा जानता है लांबा
Lamba? Raman Lamba, the model?
लांबा यानी पीछे से लांबा सपोर्ट यानी पीछे से सपोर्ट करता है
For a second I was checking. It's a little confusing with that. It is also lumbar support here. This is a very well written skit after a long time. So Akhilesh called and Mamata responded is your point.
Of course. हमको योगी जी के साथ लड़ाई करने का है. We have to fight him.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the him-her thing, you figure it out. Why?
Because he has converted whole of Uttar Pradesh into symphony orchestra.
Now, this I don't understand. Symphony orchestra.
Uri Baba, bhai, you're acting nirbodha. Like in symphony orchestra, Uttar Pradesh also has lots of violins. Violins here, violins there, everywhere violins.
Every Bengali reference has violence, ladies and gentlemen. We can't stop this for some reason. It always comes back to violence. Okay, what else?
और इधर यूपी में ये लोग बहुत कास्ट पॉलिटिक्स करता है बंगाल जैसा नहीं.
Okay, so what you're saying is there are no caste politics in Bengal.
Never. In Bengal, there is only one and only one caste.
Only one caste.
Of course, only one caste. Trinamool. All other are outcast.
That's not just Bengal, huh? Go around the country. Simple formula, most places. Except Maharashtra, we have 3 castes and 1 or 2 outcasts. Okay, so Mamata wants to strengthen Akhilesh against Yogi.
Of course. She is Hitler. She is Mussolini. And she is Stalin.
Who? What are you saying, Mamata?
No, Yogi, I'm talking about her.
I'm going to say this from your side, and please, people understand this is not my thoughts. You think Yogi is Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin. So what is Mamata then?
Mamata, Uri Baba, Mamata is only a dictator.
Huh?
Mind you, great dictator.
This was also Charlie Chaplin. It was also a spoof on Hitler in a sense, even though it was shot before Hitler's actual rise. The Crystal Nacht hadn't happened, if I remember correctly. Going back in history, I want to tell you about it because you guys are young. People watching this show are all under 75 as far as I know. We're going to take a quick break, then we'll come back. Lots more to look forward to, and as usual, it's not going to happen here. As we speak, I think the auctions are starting, so I might be distracted. I'm hoping Rajasthan Royals picks me up this year. Cheerleader? Come on, guys. All-rounder cheerleader. That means front, back, everything's superb. Anyway, the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI, has announced cash rewards for our Under-19 World Cup winning lads. Hold for claps. Well done, boys. They're getting a cash prize of, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, rupees 40 lakh each. Without GST. Teach them tax layering. You can't just expect it that easy. The support staff are getting 25 lakhs each. That's a massage guy, a guy who's a physiotherapist, a guy who carries your bags, 25 lakhs because they won. So please, stop saying there's no money in sports in India. Just say there's no money in other sports in India. Am I the only one who's noticed this, folks? Our cops are out in full force for VIP funerals and VIP movements. Last Sunday in Mumbai, after the passing of the legendary Nightingale, they were all over the city harassing motorists and not letting us stop the car. Yeah, we couldn't stop the car anywhere. Yet when I was stuck for 1 hour in Malad which is somewhere next to Marwe, where no VIPs ever gather, not a cop was in sight. Not a cop. Not one. Something wrong with the system, folks. Something wrong with the system. But there's a moral. There's a moral in this story. You want the police to support you, you have to become famous, become a VIP. Oh, and stay away from Malad. Don't go to Malad. They don't go. No VIPs go there. They just don't go there. Nobody wants to go there, inaugurate anything. They only come to South Bombay and hassle me. It's always after me. Anyway, let's move on. The Statue of Equality, the mega 216-foot structure in Telangana, was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi Saturday and was actually made in China. For 135 crores, we paid. So, what's with this statues and India? TikTok, Chinese goods, Chinese trade, no. But say the word statue, all is forgotten. Aja, build it. Statue of Equality. Now that's a statue forged with irony, ladies and gentlemen, not iron. Dekha, kaisa kya? In Hindi it would have sounded better if only I could speak good Hindi. You know, as a shairi it would have been fantastic. The irony in iron. I'm going to practice that and do it again next year. Cristiano Ronaldo, he became the first person to have 400 million followers on Insta. To put it in perspective, he has over 400 million. I have less than 40,000. There's no need to show my picture because I'm here. So there is a picture in a sense. Of course, if Xi Jinping was on Insta, he'd have 1.6 billion. Oh, minus a few who've just been executed. I'm not in charge of the country. Video of the week. To make you happy again, take a look at this. The good news is, if you buy the piano, you get the dog free. So go ahead. All right, it's been a week since our under-19 champion side returned home, and I think they haven't got enough love from us, enough affection, enough publicity. So let's meet Mathosh Singh Jadeja. Now, he's an all-rounder for Saurashtra who tragically was controversially dropped just 1 hour before the flight took off to the West Indies about 3-4 weeks ago. And so he didn't make the cut for the under-19, and so he's obviously very upset. He's a very talented cricketer. Let's see how he's feeling, because they won the cup and he didn't make the cut. I want you to suffer like I suffer when we see this guy. That's why I held back there. Listen to his beautiful, mellifluous sounds of his crying. So sad, Mathosh, so sad. It must be very, very painful for you.
Very painful.
And equally painful for us who are with you in the studio and those listening and watching. Now, see people, the passion there amongst the boys who played for India or want to play for India. Mathosh missed the cut. This is why India is so good at cricket. But the passion is unbelievable. He missed the cut and feel the pain. We can actually feel it.
No.
No. What do you mean no?
I banged my head on the camera.
Oh. Arey Prakash, just move the camera a little bit, yaar. Sham, thoda pagal hai. He's not able to understand perspective. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Okay, listen to me, Mathosh ji. Tell me, as painful as it is, why were you dropped from the side last second before the plane left for West Indies? Okay. Apparently you have COVID, is that it? Is it because you had COVID they dropped you?
Now I have a COVID, not then.
Oh, you just got COVID. Okay, so then what was the reason? Why were you dropped? Why did they not pick you in the end?
I was in Udupi.
And?
I saw my friend.
And?
To confirm, I said,
Yes, what? What did you say?
take off your hijab.
Ah, no. Not on my show. No controversy on my show. Ours is vegetarian. Jain vegetarian. We don't even have onions. No onions, no garlic, nothing. Kuch nahi. All right, it's time, folks, to go into the most important news of the day. And believe me, bigger than this hijab controversy or this IPL nonsense that's going on in the background or the election that isn't, is Valentine's Day. Arguably top 5 great days of the year. My birthday, my anniversary, my kids' birthdays, and Valentine's Day. Oh, and Jai Hind, India as well. Okay, let's meet India's greatest lover, Valentino Verma, VV.
Love you. Love you. Talking to me? Actually, I have won the greatest lovers Southeast Asia for the last 3 years.
I'm sorry, give me a second. Such a good-looking man never appears normally on the program, so it's a huge honor for us. Please go on.
And I am in training for the Love Olympics.
Love Olympics. Wow, that's great. The Love Olympics.
Yes, to be held in
Venice, Paris, London,
Navi Mumbai.
Navi Mumbai.
Yes, due to lack of sponsors. It's a long story. Would you like to sponsor? Just, I'm getting a call, sorry. Hello, I'm in interview. Okay, I'll call you later, love. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry about that. Some interference sitting here that. Anyway, I'll just allow that to pass. Now, Vivi, let's discuss Valentine's Day, if you don't mind. Valentine's Day in India, because initially it was a little controversial to celebrate it in India.
Yes, mostly from the Ram Sene in Bengaluru and my mother-in-law.
Did you say mother-in-law?
Yes, it's one and the same.
One and the same, your mother-in-law and the Ram Sene. What does that mean?
No. She is the General Secretary, Youth Cultural Affairs and Progressive Thinking of the Ram Sene.
The Ram Sene has a progressive thinking wing. Okay, so has Valentine's Day fitted finally then into Indian culture?
Well, the Shiv Sene and MNS who used to vandalize card shops have now stopped doing that.
So they have evolved into more civil, more, dignified parties.
No. Many of their members now own the card shops.
Oh, really? I see.
Hey, you want a Valentine's cake? I'll get you a good discount from my MLA. Send your address.
No.
Strawberry, chocolate with mango ice cream?
No.
I get it. Too much calorie for you?
No, I'm diabetic. I'll show you the patch, but I've got all these clothes on. Tell me, forget about the cake, just tell me, how else have we Indians accepted Valentine's Day today, 2022?
Let's talk politics. In Punjab, for Valentine's Day, Channi offered Sidhu as a gift to Amrinder.
Okay, what? Okay, and?
Amrinder accepted the wishes but returned the gift.
I see. And maybe UP?
UP. Akhilesh sent his sister-in-law to BJP.
Yes, of course. And?
BJP accepted the gift but returned the greetings.
Okay, and Goa?
Goa. Kejriwal offered himself to Goa.
Goa declined.
Obviously. Would you want bring Delhi to Goa? Come on.
Not on the weekend, for sure. Okay, anything else?
Finally, Valentine's Day to be fully accepted needs one more thing. One more hurdle to be cleared.
What is that? What would be this hurdle?
For a day to be properly honored in India's calendar, you need one more thing.
One more thing. What could it be? What is it? Please say.
Valentine's Day must get dry day status.
Right.
Then, only then, it is accepted as an important day in Indian culture. It's a tyohar. It's a tyohar of love. Hey, Monica. Wait, I'm coming. Anand Mekla. Ratna. Supriya. Ramesh.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I applaud you and I join you. If you're doing a petition for the government of India, I will be part of that 100%. I can't sign because of pain in my thumb, but I will definitely give my imprint from the fourth finger to the fifth finger, whichever one is acceptable by government of India. Because I think if Valentine's Day is given a dry day status, it will be in the right position. By the way, I also think that my own birthday, 7th of August, you can send things. That should also be given dry day status. Not because I personally don't drink that much anymore, but more importantly because without the dry day status, the day has no meaning in our culture. In our parampara, in our Sanskriti, I want you to understand that dry day comes with greatness. Without dry day, there's no greatness. It's correlated. And by the way, please, VIP presence in South Mumbai can be moved to Navi Mumbai. I'm willing to pay. You're very good, beta. जो किया तूने पता नहीं what it is, but मेरे पीठ पे हाथ लगाया ऐसा टक टक करके और साउंड अच्छा हो गया.
I'm ready. चलो ले देखते.
अरे बाबा, कैसा है तुम?
Hello.
हाँ राहुल
देख रहा ब्यूटी देख रहा ये सुंदरता